Hi guys, my name is Scottykins and you are watching Scottykins Gaming, and this is episode 2 of Tips for Success / Progress. So what I want to talk about now is deconstructing an item and selling an item. If I wanted to deconstruct this, you can see in the bottom there it says click the left trigger to deconstruct junk. So what's going to happen is I would hold this button in and then there would be a little timer going round like that. I don't want to do this right now because I'm going to show you something else right quick, and that will deconstruct it. And when you deconstruct something you will get materials. If I wanted to deconstruct more than one item without doing everything, I would click L2 to mark as junk, and I can do this with anything I want. So now I will have 2 items marked as junk. If I wanted to deconstruct both of these, I would just click the left stick and you can see it deconstructs on the right there. And then you can even see there's a rubbish bin sign that has the number 2 there, because that's 2 items I put in the junk. If I wanted to sell these items, I would just go talk to one of these guys. Click R1 to go to the sell area. And then as you can see at the bottom there it says click L, so that's the L trigger to sell junk. So all I'm going to do is click that and it says accept to sell all items marked as junk to the vendor. Selling items won't give any crafting materials however. So back to crafting materials. This is the crafting station, and the idea of the crafting station is you can create new weapons and armor if you find blueprints. So as you can see here, this vest blueprint is superior, which is in order of standard, specialized, superior and high-end. So this is a very good one. And what happens is if I wanted to do this one, you can see the armor is between 18 and 22, so it's a random number that gets chosen, and there is 2 random bonuses. So what happens there is I've got health and armor and health on kill, so it'll be any one of these talents. And you can see I have fabrics in the bottom corner there, so that's going to use 5 of those fabrics. So when I click X on that, I'll hold it rather, that will craft me a new item. So as you can see there I've got 20 armor out of the 18 and 22, so it's kind of midway. And I've got plus 12 on my health stat and 11 ammo capacity. So I can do anything I want with that really. That was just for purpose of showing you how to do that. What I'm going to do now is show you what happens when you deconstruct something. So I am now going to hold the left thumbstick, deconstruct it, and it gives me 2 fabrics. These fabrics are what is used to make new items, such as the one that we just did. So if I was to do this again, you can see in the bottom corner certain fabrics there. Now what else I can do is go all the way down here and I can convert the material. So the way the conversion works is I will find something, so I'll say I want specialized fabrics, and if I had none of them I would just hold X and you can see that adds another fabric to my inventory, and it's taken away 5 from my standard. So the same if I wanted to do a high-end one, I will find, say, electronics. I'm only doing that because I've got more of them. Hold it. You can see it takes 5 away from my specialized, and then it's give me another one. So if you want to go down the dismantling for fabrics route, it's good to do that for certain items because the things you can craft will give you better skills than the things that you can buy. Now I've unlocked quite a few things, so whether I'm buying or whether I'm selling doesn't make a difference, but you really just need to choose what it is that you want to do. If you're going to be crafting things, get some crafting materials. If you're going to sell things, just do that, because it depends completely on how you want to play it. I crafted that vest that you saw. And I don't really buy
No problem. I'll see you later.
weapons and gear. What I do usually buy are mods for my guns. And I will show you another area. If you unlock the armory in the security wing, you can see here it unlocks advanced weaponry. Here's what it looks like. You go in here and you can see everything I've got there is superior, so already the weapons that are here are better than the ones that you can buy from the normal gear vendors. Granted, they cost a lot more, but that's the idea. In the tech wing, there is also recalibration. Now, what the recalibration station does is this takes all of your currently owned items, not just your equipped ones. So, for instance, this field pack, I can select this, and you can see in the bottom there, it's got the amount of credits I have, and the amount of credits it will cost to recalibrate it. So I'm going to click X on that, and you can see in the top right corner, these are the rerolls that I can have. So I've already got 78 in electronics, which is quite low. Basically, what happens now is I pretty much stand a 100% chance of getting better attributes. So all I've got to do is hold X, I get a reroll, and it pops up with all of the things I can equip. So I can choose anything. I'm obviously not going to choose 78 electronics because that's what I already have. So the highest one is plus 92. So I'm going to choose that one. 78 electronics will be replaced with 92 electronics. Click X, and then you can see that that already boosts it. So now if I was to equip that, I would have even more skill power. Now you will notice that the credits cost has gone up. Anytime you re-roll, it's basically just going to cost you more. But with these tips, crafting wise, you can get some really good armor. Of course, if you can't be bothered to do all this crafting nonsense and take the extra time to tailor something to you, you can just sell everything. And it's quite easy really, so you can just look down, see what you want to sell. I can click L2 to mark that as junk. I can find anything else I want to get rid of, so I've got quite a lot of stuff here, to be honest. I can do that, do that one. Generally, when I get to higher levels where I am now, and I'm unlocking blues and purples, so that's specialized and superior, I will sell all my green ones, but still dismantle my blue ones. And the reason for that is so I can just get more crafting materials. So you'll notice that I didn't mark that one as junk. That's because I'm going to deconstruct that, and then that will give me more blue fabrics to get better things. Whereas otherwise I would have to deconstruct a lot of greens as well, and then I would have to convert the greens into blues, and that can just be time consuming sometimes. So there we go, I've got quite a few marked as junk there. So I'm just going to click the left thumbstick and then sell that junk, and then when you come out of the menu it tells you right there how much you've got, which, you know, it doesn't last very long, but you can get an idea. So the lower the weapon rating or the armor rating, the less money you will get. So if you find something that's quite high end, not specifically or literally high end, but if you find something that seems quite good, it's a higher level, and you don't want to use it, you can sell that and get a lot of money. And then, you know, if you've got these other things unlocked and you want to buy something good, you can then afford guns like this. Now, if I was to press triangle, I can compare anything I want. So this is a submachine gun, which is never going to replace my main weapon, which is my marksman rifle. So what I'm going to do is press square, and that's going to switch to my secondary. And then you can see the difference. Now, this gun has a much higher damage rating, but the problem for me is the accuracy is way too low, and I don't really want to do that. The next thing you want to look at is the requirements. So you can see I already have the requirements for the specialized one, but I don't have enough to get the requirement for the superior one. So in effect, if I wanted to use those talents, then I can't, so there's no point. I actually already bought one of these, and I realized that there's nothing I can use it in that I have. So make sure you know what the name of the weapon is you have, and you don't just go and buy something for a ridiculous amount of money. For instance, my weapon is a classic MIA, and I have a classic FAL. I also have a converted SMG 9A2. So, as you can see the box with the down pointing arrow in it, that means that that is the weapon I have equipped. So I already know that I can use that. Another thing to note is the area that says fits in will only tell you the weapons you have. It won't tell you the whole range of weapons, so that generally is a good thing. It means that you're not, you know, looking around for different things. So if you know you have a gun that's not in that list, it's not there. I only have 3 guns in my inventory, and that's all 3 of them, so I know I can use that for anything. On the crafting station, what you do is you press triangle. So this is a Vector 45 ACP, which is a submachine gun, and I'm using a marksman rifle, so I'm going to press triangle, and then that's going to take me to my submachine gun. If I go down to this, which is a standard pistol, press triangle again, and that takes me to my 3rd weapon, which is my pistol. So these are a few tips that some people don't know. Some people will just quit the menu and then look at their gun again and try and compare. So just remember that you can do this, and you will save a lot of fucking time. So just to recap, selling an item will give you cash. As you see in the bottom right hand corner, it said sold and the funds went up a little bit, and you can spend these on anything you want from any vendor, and even the special vendors if you have unlocked them via upgrades. You can even go to different safe houses, and every single safe house has different weapons available, and they all restock every 24 hours. Pressing L2 marks it as junk, and you can do this with multiple things to deconstruct a lot of things at once to save time. Or you can just hold the left thumbstick in to deconstruct it and get yourself fabrics or weapon parts, which is then used to make a new item which you will have acquired via blueprints that enemies drop in the field of play. In the weapon section, you press triangle to change the weapon you are looking at. And also in the crafting station right at the bottom, there is a material conversion, so you can choose anything you want there. Hold X to craft it. It will take 5 away, or however many conversion rate there is on that specific one, and then you will get 1 fabric in return of a higher category. You should sell items if you cannot be bothered with doing all the crafting. At least at the start of the game, you know, it could be a very wise option just to sell everything anyway, just until you get a little higher, you've got better weapons and things like that. As I mentioned, I am selling all my greens, but I am dismantling my blues. The reason for that is because I want to get more fabrics, etc., so I can make better gear. Whereas if I sell the greens, I am still getting money as well, and if I do want to buy anything like
Thanks for shutting down the leader of the bikers.
Whatever you need, I got.
mods, then I can go here and do that. Now, on the subject of mods, which took me originally in the beta a long fucking time to figure this out. So as you can see, you've got the gun section here. We're going to go all the way down to the bottom there and click on this. And this is going to bring up all the mods available for your guns. Now, the square with the arrow in, as I mentioned before, is what you already have equipped. And the fits in category is what the fits in category is all the guns you currently own that you can use this for. So to use your mods, all you do is choose your gun. So I'm going to go with the classic FAL because it doesn't matter what I'm doing to that. And then I press square. And then this will bring up the mod section. Now I click X on either one of these and then you can see all the different mods that I have available. Now this one has no icon next to it, which means that one is available. That one is what I already have equipped. And these two that have these links mean that they are already equipped in a different gun. So if I was to equip that one, it will pop up, this will be removed from, and then the specific gun that is removed from. So I can change anything I want, and you will notice that doing this will change the stats of your gun. Bear in mind, if you have a gun that has quite low stability, you might not want a higher rate of fire. As you can see with this gun, there's only 20 bullets in the magazine, which is why I extend it to 23, which doesn't really seem like a lot, but sometimes those extra 3 bullets can make a huge difference. And the last thing we want to talk about right now is modding your equipment, your gear, rather than your weapons. So what you're going to do is go down to this one, which is right next to your mods for your weapons. Click on that, and you will see that you have your mods here, and it's the exact same as doing a weapon. If you are cycling down, you can see here it says mod, which is not highlighted at the moment, but if I scroll down or around and then I find one, which is this one, I tap square and then I can choose anything I want. So I am going to put the firearms on because, to be honest, I just want a lot of firepower right now, and it's as simple as that. You click X and then that is that slotted in, and you can see right there there's a little purple slot, which means I have a superior mod in that. And next time we will look at safe houses, and there will be things like using skills and ammo buffs. It just really depends how much I can fit in the videos. So thank you for watching. My name is Deconstructing, and I hope you all have a good one.